You're listening to the New Old Heads podcast, shot live every Tuesday at twitch.tv/newoldheads and released every Thursday at noon via bringingdowntheband.com. The show is brought to you by Coleman Dental, Printfinity, Indie CD and Vinyl. Support the show directly by becoming a member at patreon.com/newoldheads.
All right, you are now tuned in to the New Old Heads podcast. I am Major 7th. The entire crew is here and is actually here this time. Starting off with my man Jay Moore. How are you, sir?
You know, as always, kicking but not high, flapping but can't fly.
I like that. I like that. My man Longevity is in the building. How are you, sir?
Feeling good. Make sure you keep the beef between the cheddar and the bread.
The like beef?
Beef.
The beef.
Okay. Keep the beef between the cheddar and the bread, man.
Oh, okay. Yeah, word.
My man, DJ Jay Diff.
Salutations.
You like that one?
Yeah, he just hit us with some sandwich game.
Okay. Keep the beat in between the
beef.
I didn't say beat. I said
it sounded
beef.
like you said beat.
It sounded like you said beat.
I was trying to think.
Is this a whole beat? Or are we cutting it in half?
Yeah.
I clarified it, right?
Okay.
Yeah, he said beef.
the end.
He said it was beef.
I'm just trying, man.
And he just punked you. So,
you know.
How about that?
Keep the beat between the cheddar and the bread, man.
Oh,
he's privileged.
Sandwich chart.
Sandwich chart.
It's a line. You know?
Yeah.
I'm with it, man. It's cool. Homie Red August is in the building. Giggling, as always. Good to see you, sir. All right, man. Let's anything I missed before we jump into the rundown?
Something about beef.
R.I.P. to the monkey that got caught up in cartel violence.
God,
it was really sad. There was, but the monkey was somebody's op, so he had to get it too, even though he had on a bulletproof vest.
Guerrilla warfare,
man.
Brilliant. That's brilliant. That's
somebody. Somebody hit
this
him
is
with
real life.
Somebody hit him with the banana clip.
Damn.
Man, we got the dad jokes coming.
Yeah, but
yo, that's two classics right there in a row.
Yeah.
Guerrilla warfare and the banana clip. That's high level comedy right there. Right. I see you. Quick on your feet.
Sounds like something off The Boys.
Man. He was an op, you said, too. Did you confirm this, or is this something that you...
I mean, if it's on World Star, it's real news.
That's what I was looking for. So if it's on the internets, you can pretty much take it for face value.
And the thing is, they didn't give the monkey like a little knife or anything so he could defend himself. They gave him a bulletproof vest, but really, what's that going to do?
Yeah, for a monkey, I'm not sure.
Yeah, I mean, but, that was somebody's little pet,
I mean, I feel like the hit radius for a little pet monkey is a lot
smaller.
Smaller,
they move pretty quick. So
somebody was on their job to hit that monkey.
To hit that monkey, huh?
I knew he was gonna say that.
That's what she said.
I knew he was gonna say that.
Yeah.
This is never mind.
All right, man. Let's
move on. We don't want to get involved in cartel business.
Right. No.
Somebody feels some kind of way about that monkey right now.
Straight up, we might get a visitor. I don't want to mess with anybody.
Get that monkey off my
I almost
back.
caught myself. Yeah. I caught it, Red August. I caught it, Red August. I caught it. You ain't got to clear. Don't worry about it. All right, all right, man. Let's get into the rundown. So the king of what should I call him? The king of rap pop?
You the one saying king, so
yeah.
That's what you're trying to call him.
That's what I hear. Man. They rate this guy pretty high.
You tell us what you're trying to call him.
So the New York Times posted an article about Drake, who's actually coming off dropping what would we call it? A house attempt?
Dance
album?
It's categorized under dance. So he's lucky we're talking about this at all.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because this is a hip hop podcast.
Of course, but it says the title caught my attention. It says Drake rebuilt hip hop in his image. It says now he wants to dance. So they giving him his peas out the. I see you, Long. Giving him his peas out the gate. I pulled a couple paragraphs from it.
Joke.
It says for more than a decade, the Drake factory has been operating at full capacity, recalibrating the relationship between hip hop, R&B, and pop.
Metaphors are on this article.
Balancing the grand scale ambition with granular experimentation, embracing the memification of his celebrity. It also says blending singing and rapping together, making music that was unselfconsciously pop without knowing. Hold on,
who the hell wrote this?
Yeah, they trying to be cute. Basically, they're saying he's responsible for making the pop, the rap, the singing, and all of this come to a head now. And he's the most influential. Now he wants to do dance, and he's really shaping the culture of hip hop.
Oh.
Now, what I thought was, it's just my opinion, I thought Kanye West had something to do with that around 808s and Heartbreak. Now I could be wrong. Maybe that's just my opinion.
Which one was first? 808s or Drake's?
808s.
808s, yeah. I think
I don't follow Drake's career.
Because when Kanye dropped 808s, we started seeing a lot of his sons start to pop up, in my opinion, as time went on. Are they giving him too much peas in terms of his impact on hip hop, or does this sound justified? Because Drake definitely moves the needle whenever he drops anything, and it's clear by this dance album because it was the #1 dance album that was streamed in one day or something like that. So is he as powerful as they're making it sound as it relates to the culture? I'll come to you first, Jay Moore.
Whoever wrote all that really needs to get off his sack.
Is that what it is?
That's #1.
Okay.
And you know what? And this is something I listen to a little bit more, even though I don't have the trained ear that Lone does. Like, this isn't a well mixed album. Like, it doesn't sound good.
Not even on the phone.
Yeah.
Good call.
Because I was like, because a lot of times I listen. I do my late night workouts where I put on my headphones, and it's not like I got studio level headphones, but I'm like, this doesn't sound good. It sounds like for Drake to have access to the best of the best, and this sounds like some SoundCloud stuff. No diss to anybody who's on SoundCloud getting it, but come on, man, you worth enough money to where you could have somebody mix this for you properly. That's one. Second, this isn't even Drake has done versions of this kind of music spread out through a lot of his different projects, and he's done it way better.
I would agree.
Like, none of this is better than the record Passion Fruit. I can't even remember what album it's off of because he has so many.
This project sounds like it's freestyled.
Yeah, it just sounds like
rushed off.
This sounds like, hey, we got enough of this type of music in this folder. Let's just go ahead and put it out. I'm that big of an artist, is like, it doesn't matter because Drake is at that level to where even if you don't like Drake, you have to listen just so you can hate properly. I say the same thing about Jay-Z. I say the same thing about
Kendrick is there too.
About Kendrick. And that's really it. Maybe that's about it. But
I don't even think J. Cole is there.
No, because the people who already dislike J. Cole, they already have enough ammunition. They'll say the same things every time he puts out an album.
It's boring, man.
True.
That's what they'll say.
Say.
But when I listen to this record, I just think, like, the only record I really like is the one with 21 Savage, and that's the only rap song on the album.
It's got one other one.
And there's Green Bubbles or something. I haven't committed.
Sticky Fingers or something.
Sticky.
Yeah,
Sticky. Okay.
Sticky Finger.
I can. And I this is the thing. I just, as somebody who likes a diversified amount of music and understands just from the time that I've been in and out of nightclubs for the past 20 years, and I know it works and in what spaces.
Oh, it's gonna work. Overseas.
Yeah, well, yeah. If you're getting ready to, pop pills over in Ibiza, it'd probably be real dope for you.
It depends.
You know what I'm saying?
Man.
If you're going to have some chicks over and they're not really listening to the music, they're just going to get coked up. Like, this is a great album.
It's a Vegas album.
Yeah, this isn't really for.
Doesn't matter now. Already did.
I mean, but I'm just saying,
It's a
like,
wonderful drink.
There are. Drake has done this style of music so much better over the time he's been a major part of the culture of pop music, that I'm sorry I can't get with this, and I'm not going to act like it's good just because it's different.
Okay.
And I think a lot of people are trying to, like, say, oh, it's because you don't go outside and you're not on the beaches with pretty girls. No, this ain't it. Like,
you don't get it.
It's like it's kind of like when sometimes they'll say, man, you don't get this particular album because you weren't in this certain space and on this certain substance to understand. I was like, I don't want to have to do ecstasy to understand some music.
Not for sure.
Facts.
If I can't just sit and enjoy it, like, trust me, I've been in places, I know what the pretty girls like, and they'll act like they like this, but, like, okay, because it's Drake. But if anybody else if I put this same album out, and people would be like, yeah, this is some foolishness.
100%.
Self-edit right there.
We own it. I think we only had one so far. Jay Diff, talk to me, man. What?
If
𝐀𝐁𝐿
put out the same album, we'd all be disappointed.
Man,
Quit stealing our talking points, man.
Sorry, man. Sorry.
Your time was up.
took the thunder away. Jay Diff, well, since you probably were going to mention that, how else do you feel about?
Me and Terry had a moment before the show.
Y'all did. I felt that too. Talk to me, man, about this Drake phenomenon and the project.
Phenomenon.
That's what it is.
Is that what we calling it?
All right,
Something like a phenomenon.
So this particular album, and I'm gonna start off by giving him peas because I'm not someone that just doesn't like Drake. Okay, I've talked about him dropping the same album over and over and over.
We all have.
I give him peas for not dropping the same album, but this is Fisher Price, my first dance experience album.
Absolutely.
To people who aren't hip to what dance music is supposed to sound like.
Yep.
It's a fair assessment.
It's literally, if you listen to it, if you're listening to song number 1 and you walk out of the room and come back on song number 5, it's going to sound like you're on the same song.
Yep.
It's literally the same thing stretched over however many tracks is on this album. And people are really giving him peas like everybody else just doesn't get it.
Yep.
It's like, no, you don't get it because you really don't listen to that type of music, and you're acting like you're so cultured all of a sudden because of Drake. I kind of compare it to someone having an iPhone versus an Android. All of these same features can be on this Android phone, but until iPhone or Apple decides to do it, you don't pay any attention to it. And all of a sudden, it's the best thing since sliced bread. Drake is not that dude in the dance world. And he's going to move the needle because, yes, the most streamed dance album, because hip-hop heads or people who are Drake fans are going to listen to it regardless.
That part.
That's what tilted that needle. It's not that it's the best dance album that ever it was released, because it absolutely isn't.
Let me ask you this. Do you see this? Because it's my belief that it's going to ring off overseas. You being a DJ and you know, obviously with Jay Moore being around.
Why do you say that, though?
I just, one, because of what he said with crossover from the people that already like Drake.
Well, a lot of people are saying that because they don't really even understand what goes on overseas. They just think that because it's a dance album that he's in his EDM bag now and y'all don't get it, and he's getting this money overseas. But you know how many other people get this money in other countries? I mean, Selection has pretty much built a sound around what Drake is trying to do now for probably the past 7-8 years.
But even
full of good dance music.
For sure,
though.
but even besides Selection and 𝗀𝗄𝗏 and all these people that are fusing the sound, right? Let's not act like we don't have like great house artists already in this
100%.
Different dance cultures over here. Like I see a lot of people acting like, oh yeah, Drake is bringing black culture to dance music. I'm like, do you know where house came from?
Come on, that's what I don't understand.
They
People
have no idea where it started from.
And it never went away. It's like, okay,
never did.
If you've never been to Vegas for one, if you've never been to Vegas, 9 times out of 10, a DJ is an EDM DJ. Like in all of these places, now that hip hop is the #1 genre, they have to add a hip hop act in there now. But past 10 years, man, if you go down to Vegas Strip and you see DJs on a placard at these hotels, they're all EDM DJs. But this is nothing new.
Now, granted, there are different styles.
There are different styles
of EDM. But
now, and we're talking about everybody always wants to act like Drake is the first to do something. Kendrick has a song on his album that is a dance track, essentially, on the album that just came out. That's better than every song on this Drake album. Am I wrong?
Which one?
You're not. It's
I hope I'm not too late.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
That joint go.
Yeah, that's a dance track.
Yeah, for sure.
But he's still not the first to do it. Everybody, he's not a rapper, but Usher had his dance phase. Kelly Rowland had her dance phase for a while. Neo had his. So it's not like this is anything new and all of a sudden dance music is the where it's at. No, that's not it.
That's how Deborah Cox, I saw this whole unsung about her, you know, after the how, you know, did you get here? She went off and that's all she did for a minute.
I'm not mad at her.
Pitbull has been doing it since like right after he came out with Khaled. He took a left turn and started doing dance music.
Ain't heard him rap since.
Nope. I mean, he raps, but
you know what I mean.
Dance music.
Now, granted, what I will say is Drake's style on this new one has a kind of a fusion of like deep house a little bit, where it's like if you're not super hip to the different levels of house music, I mean, it's expands upon different areas and different locations in the world has their own style, like Italo and Chicago, and how those are linked together. And yeah, of course, there's stuff in DC, but like, you know, techno originating from Detroit and how that ghetto tech and how that fused, and all of them are subtly different. Drake's album sounds kind of like, because it's, to Jay Moore's point, it sounds very melancholy. It's like you're gonna play it in a room by yourself.
Generic.
But yeah, it's a super generic, but
Definitely
but it doesn't sound like. I feel like if Drake wanted to do this correctly, he needed a Holler at Selection and 𝗀𝗄𝗎, and then they could make something very special.
Yeah,
and it would probably
been heat.
Yeah,
it's a dance album for people who don't dance and never go anywhere.
Yeah,
it's just, you know, like it. One of my favorite scenes from Rhythm Roulette, shouts to Mass Appeal and all that stuff, was Jake One and Mayor Hawthorne. They were sampling a record from, it was like, I don't know, it was like the Blue Thunder soundtrack B-sides or something. He was like, and they played it, was like, doom, 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 doom. And Jake One goes, who's dancing to this? And Mayor Hawthorne goes, tweakers. You know, it's like there's different styles of dance, and it's just like, if I feel like this is not even the style of dance that's like, he just did something that other people were doing, just he did it really poorly.
Yeah, and I'll give him this, he's been doing it. I just didn't want a whole album of it. I mean, his first commercial release, his first single was Better Find Your Love, which essentially is a dance song. You know what I'm saying? So it's not that he's unfamiliar with the territory and isn't used to it, but he gave a whole album
and it was
the same thing, and everybody's acting like it's the best thing since sliced bread. What Drake really needs to do is make an R&B album, since he wants to be singy and rappy, and everybody knows he can do both. He needs to do the R&B side of things. I think that would be
sign. Let's get some folks on here.
That would be more respected than you doing a house album, because I'm hearing a lot of people calling him a culture vulture because he dips in and out of all these sub genres and tries to make them his own. And I can kind of agree with that.
I hadn't heard that one, but I could see that. I hadn't read that one.
He's already gotten his Afro beat on. He's gotten his reggae on.
Reggae said they don't want you. They pretty much was like, nah, we don't want you doing our stuff.
No, but like, even like, this album is very, very specific dance though. It's very four to the floor. It's very like kind of deep synth type vibes. Very singular chords. There's not a lot or not even chords, singular instruments. There's not a lot of like chords going on. You know, even Deep House has a lot of more chords related to it. So I just feel like it was a decent. If it would have sounded good, I would have been on board. I was hoping to like something. I was like, oh, okay, maybe. And there was like 2 records. I was like,
a few.
And to be honest, they sounded better without him on it. So
how many joints is on that album? I didn't even.
It's like 20 or something.
No, it's not that many.
I
mean, it wouldn't matter. They all
about
sound
12
the
or
same.
13, I think.
Yeah. Either way,
it ends with the rap joint with him
with
and 21 Savage. Yeah,
21.
Terry's point where you talked about you can walk out and come back in. That's a good observation. That's a good observation. The vibe very rarely changes. It doesn't take you anywhere. It's the same thing throughout the course.
And you liking it does not pinpoint your social status in life.
Oh man,
I'm not understanding this.
Maybe it does. If you
this
do
is
like
for rich black people or people that do this type of clubbing, and no, it's not. It's for, if you like it, you like it, and if it's like new to you, just say this is your first time hearing the actual house album. If you want to call it that.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
Did you say Jay?
No, I'm sorry. Like and maybe it's because when I was in college, I went to college with a whole bunch of people from the South Side and West Side of Chicago.
And stop disrespecting Chicago,
and I remember like hearing I remember the first party it was a 𝗏𝗲𝗱 party I went in my freshman year, and I remember thinking, man, when y'all gonna play some rap music?
Right.
Because they were playing so much. Only house I knew at that point was the Percolator, because I heard some girls play it at this little regional
and that's
convention.
something completely different.
And that's completely different.
Yeah.
But then when they started getting into like
footwork,
house from the warehouse in Chicago,
like Frankie Knuckles,
the stuff that Frankie Knuckles was doing, And so when some people talk about, I'm a house DJ, I was like, are you really a house DJ? Like, you just play music that. No, this isn't
a playlist, fam.
This isn't house music, fam. Like, what you're doing is something else. It's dance, it's trance. It has little touches of EDM, but when if it doesn't have that, to me, and like I said, I might be on my snob-ish about it, but if it doesn't have thing from that heartbeat from Chicago in it. And it's not house music to me.
Yeah.
Lone said something that stuck out to me when you talked about the levels of I think you said the levels of EDM. That's something that I've looked into. I'm not that well versed, and I know what EDM is. I didn't even know there were separate sections of EDM.
Well, I mean, like there's Chicago house, but there's also Italo house, and they're related.
Yeah,
right.
Because of how the records were moving.
Like Swedish House Mafia is essentially house music, but it's a
and
different
you know,
style of house music.
house was formed off the end of disco.
Right.
You know, like the disco, what they call it, disco demolition or something that happened in it was at where's the Sox play?
Yeah, in Comiskey Park.
Comiskey or whatever, way back in the late 70s or 80s or something. But then, you know, like it's all dance music, but it's all super similar, and different regions kind of adapted and took it their own way. But if the one thing that I would just say, and then I'm going to move on from it, is if you really are interested in the style of music that Drake liked, like you maybe kind of like it, but you want to hear something that actually sounds good, you should go look up Selection. Just go look them up. I mean, we at Bringing Down the Band, Terry was making playlists of this in 2012 of this stuff. So I mean, like it's Selection, like Esta, and man, I can't even think
Carmack.
Mr. Carmack, and 𝐀𝐁𝐿 was a part of that stuff early on.
𝐀𝐁𝐿 is a fool.
A whole bunch of guys.
𝐀𝐁𝐿 is Canadian. Why wouldn't he hook up with 𝐀𝐁𝐿?
Yeah, I actually thought about that last night when I was streaming. I was like, why hasn't he linked up with the Canadian? Like, if he did a project with 𝐀𝐁𝐿 and Kaylin Ellis, who's also Canadian,
There you go.
you'd have yourself a bop.
Yeah.
And all he'd have to do is just, and it'd be cool.
And all you have to do is Drake on it.
That's all he's got to do.
Yeah, just Drake on it.
Yeah, and it would have been a hit. It
Long
would have
as-
been a real hit, though.
That's all he's doing. And auto-tune, he's got that little mid-tone.
Yeah, I seen somebody actually make a post that made a lot of sense. It was like, all y'all that's capping for this Drake album are the same ones in the club. As soon as somebody start playing house, you ask, what is this? Play something else.
Yeah, you'd be like, hey, when you gonna play some Future? When you gonna play some Megan Thee Stallion? Like, you know, you get mad when you hear music like this.
Be the same ones fake enjoying this album when it come on.
Exactly.
Yeah. We see you. All right.
You get super deep into it, too. Like, if you think about, here's something. So, you know, Detroit's rich history, right? There's Motown, all that stuff, but also techno and, you know, dance music is there. But also Dill is there and his influence in Detroit.
Eminem.
You think about Black Milk's production, like when he was first coming out, let's say 2008, 7, 8, 9, 10, Tronic, all that stuff.
Right.
A lot of synth-related stuff. But also, if you paid attention to his drum patterns, the producers might know, is it was always kick, 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 snare, kick, 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 snare on a lot of his stuff. It's
Which has that pulse.
influence. It's got that pulse influence of like where he's from. That not very many people pick up on, and not a lot of producers do that. So, anyways,
Hey, man.
Nice.
You know a lot about music.
I know a little bit.
That's a good call. All right, man. Let's go ahead and go to the next topic. So, there's an Elvis Presley movie that's about to come out. Jay Moore is very excited about this movie and its potential. You can see it in his face. There's I ain't gonna even get him started.
Oh no, I'm gonna say something.
Yeah, I know it. I'm just telling you. I'm just getting you ready. But there's an article that speaks to. It's basically, we've had this conversation before, but there's a bar that kind of got people tweeting on a song that he just recorded called the King and I featuring Cee-lo. It's on the soundtrack for the Elvis movie.
Yeah, who?
Elvis.
Yeah.
Elvis?
Yeah, Elvis.
His song that he released, or?
Yeah, M released a song featuring Cee-lo.
Eminem. Okay.
Yeah, and it's featuring
I
Cee-lo
didn't
on the
catch
hook.
that either.
It's a chopped up Elvis record with a Elvis progression type.
Does it
joint.
sound super poppy?
Yes.
I haven't heard it.
It's nothing that would get run and Take That Tuesday or anywhere else.
I mean, when you say Eminem, pop, Elvis, and then Cee-lo on the chorus, I'm like,
Yeah, it
that's
does.
definitely something I
It's
don't.
pop.
yeah, I'm looking at it on paper,
pop,
and I'm like,
like,
it almost wasn't worth me streaming, but I
I'm
had to
not
listen to it.
afraid, like something like that.
no, Cee-lo got too much soul for that. We ain't gonna do Cee-lo like that. Yeah, Cee-lo
You know
got
what
too
I
much
mean,
soul
though.
for it. But if you going in the right area, let me try to make sense of this bar that got people going in terms of tweeting about this.
It's
Yeah, I know how we get when we read these bars. So
A provocateur.
he says, I stole black music. Yeah, true. Perhaps I used it for what? As a tool to combat school. Kids came back on some bathroom-ish. Now I call a hater a bidet. Why? because they mad and they can't do ish. Ha ha. Got it?
Okay.
It sounds even worse when Eminem raps it. So hey.
But this set off a series of tweets from people because you're talking about him obviously with the black music. One of the tweets says it only makes sense that Eminem is on an Elvis soundtrack. They both have been accused of stealing black music and profiting off of it.
Accused.
Oh, good call. There's another one that says, let's see, he's literally responding to people who claimed he stole black music and he agrees. Laugh out loud. Someone else pointed out. I think there's another one.
Shouts to that person.
Yeah.
Listen to this, and there's an entire verse where Eminem explains all of the parallels between him and Elvis, including admitting to stealing from black music as a tool to combat school. So people, I can't make this.
Make that bar
up.
make sense for me. I'm not grasping.
Bruh, there's too much.
What does combat school mean?
That's the part I'm struggling with.
He's got vocals that come in the, how Eminem raps. I'll try to read it again. We can try
No, that's okay.
You're gonna read the ad libs too?
I'm trying to
be like, combat school.
Long story short, man, everybody's going in because he's basically owning up to what he's been quote unquote accused of.
I feel like he's already done this, hasn't he?
I feel like he
has he.
I feel like he's addressed
On
what
wax?
he's done. I've never really, honestly,
I don't see him
from
like
my point of
stealing
view,
anything.
I never felt like he stole
No, I don't either.
black music.
Especially
I feel
not like
he was-
Elvis.
That's
No,
what I
I
want.
feel like he was.
That's what I want to
influenced.
talk about.
I feel like he was influenced by black music.
There's a
I did see
difference.
that, but I didn't necessarily see him stealing because there was nobody that rapped like Eminem when Eminem came out.
Thank you. That's what
Now,
I
when
want
we're
to talk
talking about Elvis literally
Who's jacking
was
folks?
making songs that were already made by black artists and doing dances that were already made popular in the black communities back
Facts.
then. And he just pretty much did his little thing and called it his own.
I mean, he
and-
wrote "Ain't Nothing But a Hound Dog," right?
No, he didn't.
God.
Oh, he didn't.
No, it's funny because he knows.
Who
better.
wrote that
He
song?
knows way better. He knows way better.
No, I was setting you up. Okay.
Oh,
But yeah,
sorry.
I don't really
I missed
get.
a lot.
I'm
No,
not
no.
getting the whole reference that, or is he
don't-
just trolling because he's on a song with Elvis?
I don't
Because
know.
he's talked about Elvis.
Yeah, I know he's
Doing-
doing too.
Yeah, I see what you're saying.
I don't understand the school part. Maybe I'm dumb.
I missed the school part too. I tried to read the bar. I'm gonna have to go back and listen. I listened to the record one time. I'm like, okay, this is going to serve its purpose. To Jay Moore's point, it did not stand out to me. And, I'm a Cee-lo fan. I respect him, but it just ain't hit from what I heard.
I'm about half on Cee-lo.
What?
Yeah, because Cee-lo's got a lot of material. I'm just like, I don't ever want to hear this again. A lot of his
There are
pop
some-
stuff. A lot of his pop
It
stuff.
is some of that Cee-lo stuff I
I
don't
ain't-
care for.
I ain't talking about Goody Mob Cee-lo.
No,
I'm talking about like
No, it's Barkley.
Eminem Elvis song Cee-lo. And he's got a lot of that.
All right,
Christmas album, Cee-lo.
don't do that.
Dressed in all gold Cee-lo. You know,
If Gnarls Barkley albums was cold.
I'll give him that.
All right, and he got a couple. Never mind. I ain't gonna give y'all ain't about to get me off track. Jay Moore, talk to me, man, about Elvis and Eminem.
This song is ass.
Butt cheeks.
That's how you gonna
And-
start it?
Yeah, that's how I'm gonna start it because the
I
thing
think
is,
that's okay for the radio.
Yeah, I think we'll be all right.
the thing is, because I put out the Jay Moore's music list from time to time, and I go through and listen to these records, because I want to see what might be something we could diversify our playlist with, when especially with the summertime coming up.
Yeah.
And I heard this, I was like, this is awful. This is just like it doesn't work at all. Because the thing is, I heard the Doja Cat record that actually samples Big Mama Thornton. That's also for the Elvis soundtrack.
The originator of
Yeah, and I think
Hound
that's a great record. I love the video, everything about it. I think it's dope. But this is terrible.
Jay Moore is not afraid of
At all. He is not afraid. He's not afraid at all.
And I the whole comparisons. Look, we've been through this so many times, and white person doing what is considered to be traditionally black music, whatever. Like I just can't believe they're doing an Elvis movie in this quote unquote cancel culture time. But I mean, they gave Jerry Lee Lewis some movie, and he was a pedophile as well.
I wonder if they're gonna address his 14-year-old girlfriend.
Yeah, I mean, and his
I highly doubt it.
and his grooming, if you will. That's the term that they use. But
I highly doubt it.
I did see a scene from the movie, and Baz Luhrmann. I don't know if you guys are familiar with it, because he did. I think the last big thing he did was The Great Gatsby with Leonardo DiCaprio. Stylistically, I think I dig what he does, but like I already saw a scene where literally they show a young Elvis going into a black church and like absorbing black people's talent. And I was like, yeah, I'm definitely not going.
There we go.
He was Shay O'Connor at church.
Yeah. He was in there with the Shang Tsung and like yeah.
All this soul coming out the sky.
Shout out to everybody who knows about that Mortal Kombat 2 life. But yeah, this isn't anything on a cultural level I'm excited about at all.
Nor am I.
So
I'll probably still watch it. I ain't go front. I won't pay.
I ain't going to see.
You know, just because I dig what a lot of people didn't like Gatsby. I liked what Baz Luhrmann did with Gatsby. I enjoyed that movie thoroughly.
Just kind of observe it and kind of imagine it's like the Dewey Cox Part 2 movie.
Yeah. I actually like
but if they're gonna give Jerry
based off music artists.
Yeah, but if they're gonna give Jerry Lee Lewis and Elvis a movie, let's just go ahead and I'm gonna get a script ready for the R. Kelly movie.
Oh wow.
Because rightfully
we can
so,
have multiple wrongs at the same time.
Oh yeah, and if we're gonna be giving wrong movies, let's give them all a movie.
No,
if we're gonna go wrong, we can go wrong.
That's the problem with everything. Everybody wants to combat wrongs with wrongs.
Yeah, if you're gonna do wrong,
I don't want to see any.
I'm not serious, y'all. I don't want to. I hope R. Kelly never gets out of jail.
Nor do I.
I'm just saying, like, the song is not good. I'm not going to pay to see the movie. I'll probably see it, but I'm not going to pay for it. Just because that's how I do.
Would you go if Lone pays for you to go?
I'm not paying for it.
Yeah, if my white friend takes me to go see the Elvis movie.
I didn't know.
He said
Lone might want to pay.
He said that's your Juneteenth.
That would be the worst Juneteenth.
I didn't know if Lone
I got you a ticket to go see the Elvis movie for Juneteenth.
Yeah.
That's about as worse as Watermelon Gate.
Man,
I got you some unsalted peanuts and some white Oreos.
Lone said I ain't paying for that. Speaking of that, Lone, what do you think, man? Like,
you've heard what I mean, in what aspect?
No, I know what you're gonna say, man. Because Jerry made a good point about the stealing versus being influenced.
Yeah, I think there's.
I think that's.
I mean,
the point.
as a white person who operates in a black culture, I can see the difference of stealing something and being in it. I see the nuance there. Like I feel like as somebody who has been in hip hop, has made hip hop records, has produced hip hop songs, has made
high level too,
created hip hop platforms, has shared music and all that stuff. Like I see the difference, and I see the lines.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. Like I'm intimate with them, if you will. So like
respect.
I'm super conscious of that stuff because I think it matters. But when I look at the two, when I look at Eminem and I look at Elvis, I'm not personally a fan of either of them. I mean, respect to Eminem, but like there's a big difference between Eminem and Elvis Presley.
Mm-hmm.
Eminem has his own take on his style and everything that he does. Sure, he's influenced by Redman and
Trash.
Openly says it too.
DLC
for sure. And he's got those influences, but he did his own thing, and he's not trying to be something now, and he's not blatantly stealing something and trying to pass it as his own.
And plus, like he always gives. He pays homage to his influences. He doesn't act like he just pulled this out of a hat somewhere.
Yeah.
There's a video floating around on IG. I don't know if you guys saw it. They're shooting a DLC documentary.
Yeah.
And he's talking about one of the songs on there. Thank you. He's breaking down some of the bars of one of the songs, and he calls DLC into the room like, what were you saying?
What were you saying here? Yeah.
To me, that moment is amazing. I love that.
Yeah. So, I mean, that's kind of how I feel. Now, at the same time, like I'm a white person having a conversation about how white people conduct themselves in a different culture, so I'm aware of that as well.
Sure.
It really doesn't even matter what I think in that aspect. I still have my opinions and everything, but it's, I don't know. I see them as different, and it's not even close. Like Eminem ain't trying to be Chuck Berry or something like that, or steal all this stuff. Or
Big Mama Thornton family better get that check off that Doja Cat.
We'll see about that.
Yeah. All right, man. Let's shout out our partners real quick, Mr. August.
Thanks to our partners. Dr. Coleman of Coleman Dental is our go-to dentist. He's a longtime Indianapolis arts and music supporter located right in Broad Ripple. Printfinity is a screen printing shop based in Indianapolis, owned and operated by our own DJ Jay Diff. Our good friends at Indie CD and Vinyl operate one of the best record stores in North America. Shop new and used in their site or visit them in person. And the best way to support the New Old Heads is to visit our Patreon and become a member for as little as $3 a month. All details on newoldheads.com.
Sure is.
Oh wow, thanks, Red. Shout out to our partners. We're back. Appreciate the support as always. All right, man. Let's jump into this 21 Savage. Now, I tried to read y'all this excerpt here before it came on. So, look, I'm gonna try to paraphrase this because y'all heard what I said. Because I can't read this. It's not gonna work.
Well, I mean,
you want me to read it? That's what it is.
I mean,
so 21 Savage is basically saying it's a catch-22 as it relates to these rappers and how they end up in RICO charges because they're young, get bread, they have to go back to the hood.
What'd he say though?
Yeah,
I'll tell you what he said.
No, please read all the double negatives and everything. Go ahead and read that.
Okay.
Split verbs, do that.
So nowadays, a N-word will wake up and put a clip on Instagram, upload the video to YouTube. Now a label is at his door, and they just gave him $1 million. 21 said, "This N-word is 19 years old, so naturally he want to show off and be in the hood. Bro, I made it." So now he is back in the hood looking out for
Read it how it's written.
I'm trying.
Stop adding words to what he said.
It don't make. I can't read it like that. He's looking at it too. He can see it. I'm paraphrasing it because this
You
is
want me
bad.
to do it for you?
No, that's cool. I'm gonna make it through it. But it's a catch-22 because it's like I can make it and forget about my hood, and then my hood going to try to kill and rob me. Or I can look out for my hood, and now I can catch a RICO. It's just the times we're living in. Ends blow up so fast. The ends that they beefing with, they mad because they just got signed, and the ends know you still going to be right there at 19. Where else are you going?
I'll tell you where I'm going.
So
Calabasas.
So Jay Diff, talk to me, man. Is this do you like any of this? Does he have a leg to stand on here?
I understand his frustration.
Okay, talk to me, man.
I understand what he's saying, but at the same time, you have to be responsible enough to know that you can't raise men yourself. You can provide jobs for some of them. Everybody is not welcome on your journey, though, regardless of where you're from. I mean, even if you're from the hood, there are some cats in the hood that you don't with anymore. Yet your association with them is the hood, and that's it. You know what they're about, and you know that their energy is not a type of energy I want to be around. You have to differentiate that yourself, though. And you are not responsible for making everybody in the hood rich just because you're rich. You can set up and put them in position to win, but a RICO charge is not for people that have been set up in a position to win because they're using whatever income to do things that they still shouldn't do. That's where that's coming from. And I'm not seeing a whole gang of people catching RICO charges. This is the first one, hip hop wise, that I've ever heard about. Mm-hmm. So, I mean,
involving a lot of people.
If we're talking about the thousands of hip hop artists that have gotten on since, let's just start at the late 90s or early 90s. I'm pretty sure a lot of those people were from the hood. Never mind that. Let's go back to NWA since we're talking about people from the hood.
Right.
All of them weren't from the hood, but some of them were. Do you think they put their whole hood on? No. They might have been taking a picture and put them on the album cover.
Not the whole hood.
Or on the insert or something like that. But nah, I mean, that's not your responsibility.
Easy kind of got put on, didn't he? Because Easy wasn't a rapper.
Well, he was the money behind it. He was that hood dude, though.
Yeah, I know.
Actually from the hood.
Yeah.
Brian.
I mean,
sorry, don't worry
MC Hammer tried to put everybody on, and we see where that got him.
Yeah.
It didn't get him a RICO charge. It just got him in bankruptcy.
Mm-hmm.
So we can't sit here and act like just because somebody is helping people out in their neighborhood that automatically leads to a RICO charge. You just need to facilitate and put things under the correct umbrella in order to make it make sense.
I agree. You can't take everybody with you.
No, you can't.
You just can't do it. It's been proven that you can't take everybody with you. It's just not gonna work.
I need somebody to pull up the other RICO charge from somebody though, because
who else
I stand by. There's been lots of rappers that are from the hood and who have put their friends on, and there's no more RICO charges.
Just look at Jay Moore. Jay Moore about to find one. Jay Moore, what you think about what 21's saying, man, as it relates to this RICO situation?
Look, I mean, he's probably closer to it because he's in Atlanta, and some of these people are probably his friends or associates, people he's worked with. But like, come on, man. Like, you catch a RICO charge because you can be the man standing next to the man standing next to the man and catch a RICO charge. It is what it is. But if you're not doing nothing, if you're not renting nobody a car that was used in a murder, you know, if you're not if you're not buying guns or laundering money that's used to buy illegal narcotics, you're not going to catch a RICO charge. Like, a lot of this it's probably very personal to him, and I understand because he's frustrated to see people he knows going to I mean, they're in real jail.
They going to the feds.
Yeah, they're not going. They have to get real lawyers. There's no public defenders involved.
Not gonna
and
work.
you know what? There's somebody who's, you know, they're warming up the scales right now, getting ready to sing. And you know, there's going to be some people that really go away for a good amount of time. But to say that this is some sort of epidemic in hip hop, it just isn't true. You know, and the thing is, if you feel like there's a certain element that could potentially bring you down from the success that you've attained by your hard work or just your luck from being able to figure out, you know, a way to create something musically that is able to enrich your family, then I encourage every rapper to get away from where they are from. You know, if they feel like there's so much pressure on them and people are going to rob them,
Cue the Boosie clip.
You need to get away from those people. You know, I mean, we joke about it from time to time, but like, you know, I do not begrudge, what's his name? That's it.
Chief Keef.
I don't begrudge Chief Keef for never going back to Chicago. For what? You see what's going on there. You know, I mean, he
could have been gone.
Yeah,
I hate to say that, but
you know, I know
we're talking about numbers and how it happens there.
You know, he probably missed Harold's Chicken, you know, and all that. But like,
shipped to him.
I'm sorry,
I miss him that bad.
I'd rather stay in Calabasas, with my kids and my mom and my family and be safe.
I don't think Bibby lived there anymore either.
I don't begrudge any of these rappers from Chicago who do not want to go back to the places they are from.
What's the kid's name that's on YouTube? King Yeller. He live in Las Vegas.
He from Chicago too.
He from Chicago. He said,
yeah, and that they get out. They don't just move a little. They move time
all
zones
the way
away
to the West Coast. Yeah,
they get as far away from. You know how bad it must be in Chicago for you to say, "Let me go ahead and move out to Southern California."
The furthest I can move.
The furthest I can get away.
Southern California with all their, you know, gang politics. You'd be like, "I'm safer here."
Yeah, speaks volumes. Hey, buddy. You second? What do you think, man?
Well, let me tell you about these gangs.
Gang banging.
Gang violence.
I don't know. Everybody pretty much touched on it, right?
Yeah, pretty much. I looked up the different people that are rappers that were
RICO.
Yeah, Wife and Lucci or Lucci. Lucci, I'm guessing. Tekashi 6ix9ine. Bobby.
I forgot about him.
Bobby Shmurda. That's really it.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, at least based from what I could.
We know what Tekashi did to get out of his situation.
Look at the timeline from when all this stuff
Shmurda actually did his time.
Yeah,
and Wife and Lucci is
still in there
in the same stuff, similar to what's his name is tied up in. And imagine being Young Thug and Wife and Lucci because they don't like each other.
Yeah,
they have an ongoing beef.
Oh, that's why they had to transfer Young Thug because they couldn't have them in the same jail.
But Wife and Lucci has not said anything to get a reduced sentence about Young Thug. So that tells you how serious it is out there, and probably you shouldn't be that deep into it, especially when you get money like that.
Crazy, bro.
Yeah, I mean, I can't relate. So
I tweeted,
but
I can't relate either. But
I grew up in the suburbs. I am a civilian. All right, because if any of this happened to me or I'm anywhere near this, I'm telling. I want to go home.
Straight like that.
I'm sorry.
Talk to him, Jay Moore. Straight like that.
You know, look. Whatever, I'm going back to Baldwin, Missouri, or wherever, and y'all ain't gonna bother me about this.
But at the same time,
I cut off people from Chesterfield and Baldwin. You don't think I'm gonna cut y'all off?
Yeah.
But you're also not involved in any of it. You know what I mean?
You didn't grow
exactly.
You didn't grow up in an environment that was going to include you and involve you in it.
And they say, hey, Mr. Moore, we need you to tell on some people so you can go home. I said, well, give me a pad and a paper.
What you need? First, last, Social Security, all that. Yeah, we got all that.
Well, if you give a Social Security, they may look at you deeper.
Good point.
You want to hit? Give me an hour plus a pen and a pad. I'm telling on everybody.
Yeah, but not tell Jay Moore nothing.
Nothing. I'm talking
You
about.
don't do no crime around me. I stopped by to tell you I am not the one. I look. I was in jail for like 48 hours over some traffic tickets. I almost turned Muslim.
Man.
I don't want no parts of jail.
He learned how to make a bean pie and everything in there.
Yeah, came out with bean pies.
From the hole.
Yeah, he was in the hole. They don't know nothing about that. He was definitely in the hole for 48 hours.
No, but what I was gonna say is like I can't relate to what it might be like to maybe potentially feel the pressure to provide for other people like that. You know, as
That's
somebody.
Fair. That's fair.
I don't know, but because from my stance, it's like you can only help people as much as they can help themselves.
You gotta be smart about it.
You know what I mean? And so like
You can provide people with an opportunity, but you can't really.
and you can help people too, but like you can't put yourself in a situation to where you're gonna this
Like Dirk has a fleet of trucks
Yeah,
that he uses in order to provide people with jobs, essentially.
which is dope.
You know what I'm saying? And whatever else he's got going on.
right.
You have to know how to take the right angles. Now, if you're trying to wash your money in the same thing that you got out of, then you're essentially just making it more dirty because you're in a position to where you don't even have to be involved with that.
I tweeted the other.
So
Like people never watch The Wire. So.
I tweeted.
There's some football player who got caught up in, or no, he plays for the Hornets. Montrezl Harrell.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, no, he's caught. I was like,
yeah.
you know, and it's just like you gotta look. There's some people you just gotta say goodbye to.
Hey.
Once you get yours, I know that sounds like, oh man, you can't put on for the hood like that.
or y'all just gotta be
Gotta
smarter
get away.
and come up with something better. I mean, it's not that hard. Once you have the funds and able to do something.
Especially
Okay, now it's about brains. Like, and I credit LeBron James because he had the money to do what he needed to do and whatever he wanted to do. He told his fam, look, y'all, I need y'all to go to school, learn how to do this, learn how to do this, learn how to do this. We all in this together. I'm putting y'all on, but I want y'all to actually do something first.
That's smart.
And then let's move. You know what I'm saying? You can't cut corners on this stuff.
He didn't give it, like, to his point, he didn't give it to him. They went out and earned it.
Well, no, I mean, I think that's the problem because, you know, people were like, okay, well, I'm gonna get a business and I'm gonna put my boys on, but then, you know, they wind up fighting dogs and selling dope out of the business, and then like
you can't everybody
everybody goes
if
down.
you can't add
Facts.
So, I mean,
And I tweeted the other day, these rappers are showing y'all how to win stupid prizes. Simple. They showing you how to win stupid prizes by playing
true indeed.
stupid games. So you get what you get. All right, let's
Sound like a good old boy.
don't be stupid.
How much do you lick the boot?
Play stupid games, you get stupid,
Stupid
prizes.
prizes.
Don't tread on me.
For real. What do you say? Smarten up, Nas. All right.
Bring Nas into this.
Right.
It's just the bar out. We love Nas. Just the bar, not Lone Don't. All right, let's go. Let's knock out a couple more producers real quick, man, before we get out of here. I think we left off at Zaytoven.
Yep.
And
Zaytoven.
that was close. And Cookin Soul.
We can probably run through these pretty quickly.
Yeah, we can just
So-
highlight it.
All right, so Zaytoven, let's just kind of go through here. Collaborative albums, Let the Trap Say Amen with Lecrae, A with Usher, Lost Tapes with B.O.B. He's also got 𝗏𝗘𝗥𝗧𝗏𝗏 with Gucci Mane. Okay. Greatest Gift with 𝗃𝗏𝗄𝗏, okay. Drip with Country.
Dietrich, probably.
Mm-hmm.
Dietrich, yeah, okay. Depends where you want to put the syllables. Gucci Mane, World War III, Beast Mode with Future, Jugathon, Young Scooter, Future, Beast Mode 2, Fulio, 𝗏𝗄𝗏, Chief Keef, I guess, I don't know. Boosie, Badass Tay, Zay Street, a whole bunch of other people I've never heard of. I'm going to keep going. Charted Songs, Icy with Gucci Mane.
That's a record.
From Trap House, Pills from Gucci Mane featuring Mac Breezy. Gucci Mane, I'm a Dog, Bricks, Gucci Mane, OJ the Juice Mane. Hey, make the trap say hey.
A classic.
Gucci Mane, I Don't Love Her. Migos, Versace.
It's quite a run.
Travis Scott, 3500. Gucci Mane, Guap Home. Gucci Mane, No Sleep Intro. Gucci Mane, Way Back. DJ Esco, Too Much Sauce. Future, Used to This, featuring Drake. Gucci Mane, Saint Brick Intro. Migos, What the Price? Migos, Get Right With Ya. Migos, Big on Big. Migos, Brown Paper Bag. Future, When I Was Broke. Future, Feds Did a Sweep. 21 Savage, Famous. 21 Savage, Nothing New. Future, Wi-Fi Lit. Future, 31 Days. Future, Cuddle My Wrist. Okay. Future, Rax Blue. And he's in one sect of hip hop right now. Future, some more. Future, Dodo. Future, When I Think About It. Future, Hate the Real Me. Lil Wayne, Problems. G-Eazy featuring Jack Harlow. He went to the white side. Moana.
That must not have been a hit then.
Yeah.
How do you have all that?
This is non-album single. I don't know. 21
white privilege and don't have a hit.
Yeah. No, you're supposed to get something out of that.
21 Savage
know that
and Metro Boomin. R.I.P. Love. Future and Lil Uzi Vert, Real Baby Pluto. Future and Lil Uzi Vert, $1 Million Play. Migos, Roadrunner, and Belly featuring The Weeknd and Young Thug, Better Believe. Those are his big ones.
Okay.
Big charted songs.
He in one pocket, but he killing in that pocket. All that Future work and Gucci work.
Well, we know how I feel about Future. So.
Yeah, I don't know.
Especially at weddings.
Yeah.
Might not fare too well.
Especially you got a new.
Especially if Kid Ray there. Kid Ray don't like
his
Future.
ass kicked.
Yeah. They still looking for Kid Ray. All right, let's go ahead and run through this.
You'll be dead in a year, son.
Influence,
man, for Zaytoven.
I'll give him the influence bug. I'll give him about an 8 on that one.
I'm gonna go 8
7
because he's huge in Atlanta.
Yeah, he's very influential in ATL.
Oh, I forgot he's here.
7 for Red.
Versatility.
I'll give him a 5.
How versatile are the hip hop records? 4.
4.
Yeah, they don't get too far off the grid, so I agree with a 4. What'd you say, Terry?
I just gave him a 5.
5. Red.
3.
Okay.
Different hip hop styles of artists that he worked with, different collaborators.
4.
That's low.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's 4.
Yeah.
2 for Red August. I'm gonna give him a 4. Again.
I'm gonna go 4.
You can keep.
Oh, you want me to keep going?
Yeah,
All right.
yeah.
I'm gonna go 4. What'd you say, Jay Moore? 4. Taylor?
4.
4.
Hit making, big hits and cult classics from the producer.
7.
He got some of those. Yeah. Okay. 8 for Terry. 7 for Jay Moore. I'm gonna echo that for 7.
I'll do 6.
Lone says 6. Red August. 6.
Consistency of quality material released.
I'm gonna give him
7.
higher marks on that because all this stuff is consistent.
I'm still only giving him a 6.
I'm giving him a 7.
I'm gonna go on a limb. I'm gonna go 8 on that one.
Wow.
7 for Jay Moore. What you say, Taylor?
7.
7.
Yeah, I'm gonna go 5.
Jay Moore, you said 6 or 7? 6.
No, I'll go 6.
I said 6. Red August.
7. Body of work.
7.
How great is their overall body of work?
7.
I'll give him a 7.
I'm going 6.
No, I'm sorry. Give him a 6. Give him a 6. There's a lot of stuff in there that just
Red. Jay Moore says 6. Final product. That's a good product, man.
Depends on who's listening.
True.
Yeah. I'm still only going to give him a 6. I know that sounds harsh, but
I'm going to
This
give him a
gets-
7.
It's getting hog-tie-ish.
I'm gonna go a hot 5.
Oh, wow.
Hey.
This is getting hog-tie-ish.
Maybe I'm being too biased. I'll give him a 5.1.
I'm going to put it in there.
I'm kidding. No, I'll do 6. I'll do 6.
All right. And then Red. Oh, I had 66. Boy, that would have been unfair. All right, cool.
Melodic elements used.
Zaytoven is
I'm gonna give
he
him an
nice
8
on
on
the
that.
keys.
Yeah,
I'm
He
gonna give
nice
him an
on
8
the
on that.
keys. Yeah.
Yeah.
He nice on the keys. That's worth an 8.
I'm gonna go 6.
He's a musician.
He's definitely a musician. I seen the boy play.
Mm-hmm.
All right. That boy nice on them keys. I appreciate that. Matter of fact, we'll jump up one. I'm gonna get a brother 9 because I was impressed when I saw him play.
Talking about these records, though.
We're talking about the records, though.
Yeah.
We're not talking about, can he play piano?
I'm talking about the way he plays piano on the records.
Tiny desk.
No. I'm talking about the way he plays piano on the records.
Okay.
The arrangement and stuff. He nice with that.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, he nice with that.
Right.
Drum programming.
I'm going to go a hot 6.
Okay.
I'll give him a 7.
Yeah, I'm gonna give him a 7.
Special.
All right. Type that 7 in there, or I will.
I got
Come on, Sam's.
Sam's.
6.1.
That's closest we've been back to a hog tie.
It's been a while since
Another
Shawty Red.
ATL artist. Dang, Shawty Red and then Zaytoven.
All right.
Oh man, we buy. They gonna say we biased.
Metro Boomin got a 7.4. So
Yeah, so then shut up.
Yeah, good job.
Cookin Soul. Now, Cookin Soul's probably not going to score super high because he's kind of an eclectic producer.
yeah,
So we have a few minutes, so let's knock
yeah,
him
almost
out.
probably shouldn't be on our list. For hip-hop.
If we keep it
I
in the
mean,
buck.
he's got a lot of hip hop records, but a lot of his
More
stuff,
remixes.
a lot of
though.
his stuff is remixing, and that's one thing. It's like there's a place for remixes, but
We know some producers that are dope at that.
He's one of those people that could have provided Drake with a good album. Say that.
maybe.
Yeah, maybe.
Depends on the vibe they choose.
So albums, the Experience album, Raw with Blanco and Nipsey Hussle, Cookies and Cream with Blanco and 𝗀𝗄𝗃, Cookies and Bananas, Mucho Machado, Doom Christmas with MF Doom, Unofficial, and then a bazillion mixtapes like Lost Files.
Yeah, he's got a.
Mixes are good. Let's not get it twisted.
They're very good.
Jay-Z versus Elvis, the Billboard Gangsters, 2007.
Jay Moore shaking his head on that.
I'm so glad I've never heard that.
Yeah, Notorious B.I.G., Big Dilla, Big Pun and Dilla, DJ Hazime. I don't even know if he was DJing or what. Cookin Soul. The Date Tape with Chewy. Shouts to Chewy from Sacktown. DJ Drama, History in the Making. Thank Us Later, remix album with Drake. The Date Tape, Lost Tapes, Revolutions, Summer Waves. It's just a whole bunch of stuff I know nobody's probably heard of unless they're a super Cookin Soul fan.
Right.
Yeah, this is going.
I keep some of his remixes in my Serato.
Yeah, he's got some good remixes. So there's a place for the remix producer.
You know?
True.
But
Got to be dope though. Then he's dope.
all right, let's kind of go through this. Influence.
Oh man,
I'm gonna go ahead and do a hot 3.
Influence ain't really there.
it ain't there.
That I give him a 4.
Actually,
I said 4.
impact on peer.
4.
Actually, I'm gonna go higher. I'm gonna go 6. And the reason why is because a lot of producers mess with his remixes.
Okay.
You just deleted
I'll give him a
something.
5.
My fault.
Command Z. You Control Z. You just deleted something. Yep. I'm gonna do 6.
Jay Moore said 5. I
I'm gonna
heard.
give him a 5. I'll give him even 5.
All right.
Really an odd 5.
Red.
That's cool. Nah, that's cool.
You want us to just leave you out on this one? Do you want to delete Red on this one?
Okay.
All
Yeah,
right,
we can do
we'll just
that.
leave him out.
Fair enough.
Versatility.
His beats are different.
6. He's a sample. He's called Cookin Soul because he takes soul records and
He definitely be in them crates.
that's what he does.
Yeah.
5.
I give him a 6.
I'll go 6 as well.
Collaborators, different hip hop styles of artists he's worked with.
So who's all his official collaborators?
Currency, I think. Gibbs. Honestly, I don't really
And
know.
Nipsey, is that official?
Yeah, Nipsey's official as well.
I'm gonna give him a
𝗀𝗄𝗃.
6. Actually, I'm gonna give him a 5.
I'll give him a 6.
I'm going to echo Jay Moore. Long.
6.
Okay, so big hits, cult classics from the producer. Is there any cult classic remixes?
He has a few, like the Rock the Boat remix is pretty fire.
His Drake remixes are pretty decent and known,
Yeah,
but
4.
I mean,
Oh,
hit
man.
making big hits, last 3.
2.
I'm gonna give him odd.
I mean, I know that's on with Nicki Minaj. Yeah.
What you say, Terry?
I'm gonna give him a
He
5.
did Dope Man. But
Consistency of quality material release.
Yeah, it's consistency.
Yeah,
no,
he
he's
is
consistent.
consistent.
I'll give him a
I'll
7.
give him an 8 on that one.
Yeah, I'll go 7 on it too. Type mine in.
He definitely is consistent. Body of work. How great is their overall body of work?
I'll give him a 7.
7.
6.
I'll do 7 too.
I'll do.
How often are the songs great from the beats?
I don't know, man.
5.
I'm gonna go 5.
I'll give him a 6.
Yeah, I'll do 6 as well. Melodic elements and/or samples used.
I'll give him an 8 on that.
Yeah, I
He
mean,
beat
he does
his
nail the
bag on them
samples, so I'll
crates.
give him an 8 there.
Yeah, he be in his bag on them crates.
And drums. I'll do 7 as well.
I'll go 8
Yeah,
on
I'll
the
go
drum.
7 on that.
Well, he's been tied with the hog.
Is this a fit? Are 2 hog ties in a row?
He ranked higher than Shoddy Red.
Came in at 6.
Higher
6.0.
Higher than Ant Banks something. That's got to be wrong. Nope, it's right. Higher than Ant Banks.
You got Love Bug and Cool and Dre.
Knock them out next time.
Yeah, that's gonna be
good.
Jay Moore got some 10s on deck. I already know it.
I might.
You might.
You never know.
Cool and Dre's got a lot.
Cool and Dre got some heat. They got big.
Bug was Diddy before Diddy was Diddy.
100%. He does deserve his flowers. All right, y'all. That's gonna do it for this week's episode. We really appreciate the support as always. NewOldHeads.com for all the education you need. Stick around for the post show. Peace.
In a minute.
Yeah.
Goodbye.